in, I'm just going to say that I'm amazed that, well, I'm just amazed that I have so many dedicated followers, and that really means a lot to me. So, this is gonna I'm gonna actually pull tarot on the stream. I'm just looking. Oh yeah, I think I found the perfect deck. So yeah, yes, of course. So let me see. What do I think the question is going to be? I think I'm probably going to do a how do they feel about you? And if you want me to go more in depth, I could, like, you know, look into another question for you, which is what their intentions are. So, yeah, let's wait for everybody to come in. So, yeah, hang on just a second. Let me see. I'm wondering who is going to be jumping on. I kind of announced this earlier, so just waiting for people. Hey, you made it. Hey, what's up, Catherine? Did you change your name? Or is that a different Catherine? Yes, you made it. Oh, mate. Right. Right. All right. So I'm going to be going into how they feel about you. I mean, that's the question today. How did he feel about you? If you want me to go into their intentions, you can send some extra money and I will go into it, you know? So you don't know how to doing. So yeah. So yeah. I'm just gonna wait. Since Catherine's first, she came in first. I will be starting with her. So, yes, I'm I'm gonna be going into how he feels about you. Um. So yeah, hang on. Let me just shuffle. I'm doing cards this time. So if you want like me to look into what his intentions are, then you can pop me. Yeah. So okay. So how does Catherine's twin flame feel about her? 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 So let me see. Oh, this is a very good energy. So with the Six of Swords, I feel as though your divine masculine is at a crossroads. I feel as though what's really going on with him is that he's starting to actually piece together that his situation is not one he wants to be in. So what's really happening is that he's starting to actually redefine what love means. And the more he ends up seeing what love means, it makes him think of you. I feel as though he is mad with desire for you. And he is like again eyeing you from far. And I do see again that he really does want to break the silence. He is like I said, he's missing you very strongly, and he misses the closeness and the bond that you guys had. Even in his relation and even in his other connections don't come close to this because you guys have an understanding, a friendship between equals. It wasn't like what you can he can get from you, but it's more like again there is reciprocity, and I do see this with the hang on, is that the six of that's the Six of Cups. Yes, I feel as though he does want to reconcile. He does want to reconcile, and he does want to break the silence. So I feel as though again, he will contact you anytime now. I'm hearing that really strongly. So I feel as though what you need to do, Catherine, is to really like clear the remnants of the wound of separation is coming up for you, and this is really going to bring you to really look at relationship trauma a lot differently. You're going to be sifting through a lot of relationship trauma that you didn't even know you had. But I feel as though this is going to help really collapse the old story and really allow him to really make that leap of faith towards you. And I'm seeing with the, hang on, the Four of Swords is that, again, he has a plan. He has a plan. And I feel as though what he's doing is really fine tuning it. And again, he is going to reach out. I feel as though, again, he cannot hold back his feelings anymore. He cannot pretend as though he's fine with the separation. He cannot pretend as though he doesn't miss you, because, again, he's really giving to his heart right now. And this has really caused him to really look at the relationship with you. And I do see, again, he is going to be coming in with an offer. Yes, I feel as though he will want a new beginning with you. And I feel as though he'll really, like, repair the relationship. And I do see, again, that eventually he is going to actually move out of his situation. But I do see that what he's really focused on is really rebuilding the trust and the energy between you. He's really focused on letting go of those fears and insecurities that perhaps this love is unreciprocated. He has a lot of thoughts around love right now, and I feel as though he's really, like, letting go of them. And this is really opening up his heart space. And the more this opens up his heart space, the more he starts to actually see where he was, again, not trusting love. And I feel as though, again, he's going to be working on a heart space over the next couple of weeks. And I feel as though there's going to be dreams between you. Some dreams you'll remember, some you won't. But I feel as though, again, your divine masculine will be saying the truth of the situation, of what's really going on, without the ego, without the fear. Again, you're going to get confirmation. And one sign you need to look out for is Dubs and 333 and 717 and 1111. Again, this is your sign that he is making that leap of faith towards you. So, yeah, that's what I get for you, Catherine. Okay, who's next? Who won? Okay, so I'm gonna do in how he feels about you. If you want me to look into your person's intentions, then you can actually send me a donation. But I will be doing it how he feels about you for free. So okay, who is next? So my payment information is linked down below. So okay, I'm just wait. Okay, who else wants a? Okay, so Ray, how does your divine masculine feel about you? How does your divine masculine feel about you? How does your divine masculine feel about you? So it's very important that I actually come up with different questions, as that keeps things interesting, and it just gives you a layer of understanding of things, you can say. So yeah, the other day I did check in, but I'm like saying, no, how about how he feels about you? Everybody wants to know that. Okay, so this is what your divine masculine feels about you, Ray. Hang on just a second, as it with the Seven of Swords, I feel as though your divine masculine's looking back at how they ended the situation with you. And one thing that they've noticed is that they were actually afraid. They were afraid of getting hurt. They were afraid of, again, opening up to you and just ultimately losing that. So in their fear, they self-sabotage the connection. But your person is looking back at things differently now, and they're starting to see that they were deceptive, that they were not acting in integrity. And I feel as though it's really come to um they've come to this realization that yes, they need to actually make things right. But they're also starting to see what trauma caused them to, again, self-sabotage, to not be in integrity. So your divine masculine right now with the Emperor card, I mean, no, the King of Wands, sorry, King of Wands. Your divine masculine is really focused on being consistent. They're very focused on being emotionally available. They've been doing a lot of work around their heart space, and this has really chopped into their heart. And so your person is really figuring out how to navigate the how to navigate the emotional realm. And I do see that they are going to be doing a lot of serious work around the heart space over the next couple of months. And this is really going to break them out of their fear based thinking. So I do see again that your divine masculine is really letting go of that narrative that the loved ones who love them won't choose them. And this is what your person is acknowledging, that in their haste to protect themselves, they have unknowingly caused themselves more hurt, and you too. But they're starting to actually see that they need to be fearless, that they need to trust and love. And this is what your person is doing right now. With the hang on with I'm seeing with the star in reverse. Your person is missing you very strongly right now. I feel as though with this heart chakra opening and expansion, they are really letting go of a lot of deep fears around being able to be enough for you. And I feel as though that's what your divine masculine is really like, again, working on being emotionally present. Because as they heal their avoidant attachment style, your divine masculine starts to actually see how keeping those walls up was more detrimental to not only you but them as well. And your divine masculine say, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to hide behind walls. And your person is again feeling their feelings. They're allowing themselves to miss you. They're allowing themselves to really feel that pain and ache over what they're over you. Again, they are seeing that try as they might, you are irreplaceable. That there's a void that they cannot fill because it's not meant to be filled with anyone else but you. And I feel as though this is what he's really letting go of. That it's okay to want connection. That it's okay to want love. And your person, and again, is really letting go of that armor at the moment. This is very beautiful energy, by the way. And what I'm seeing with the, hang on a second, it looks like it's the lovers in reverse. With the lovers in reverse, your divine masculine, hang on just a second. With the lovers in reverse, your divine masculine is also seeing the connection with you like much differently. Again, like they said, like it was always a choice between their higher self and the lower self. And your divine masculine's leaning toward the higher self right now. He wants to give you that they want to give you that commitment. They want to give you that new beginning. And I feel as though again they're really determined to work for it. They miss you so much, and I feel as though your person will act on their feelings over the next couple of weeks. You may hear from them out of the blue, and again, they're going to have a plan in how to move the connection forward. I feel as though what they're really focused on is letting go of that narrative that they won't be chosen. They are starting to challenge their irrational thinking, and the more they challenge their irrational thinking, the more they see that they don't know what's going to happen. And I feel as though this is really going to push your person into a place of taking action. And I feel as though you will hear from your person soon. I'm not saying exactly when, but I'm hearing from the divine as soon. So again, that breakthrough is happening for the connection. Your person will reach out. It's just again, I'm hearing that it's going to be what you least expect. Like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. So hey, Adrian, I'm on the stream right now. Please be quiet. Yes. So, okay. Yes. So who's next? Who wants a reading? So, who wants a reading? Who wants a? Yeah. So, you're welcome. Yes. So I'm just waiting for the next person to actually say something. Like who wants to? Do you want a reading still, Myra? So. Yeah. I'm just waiting for a response. Is my phone frozen or something? I don't. I guess Myra's. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. How does Wes feel about you? 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 So yeah. There's like 3 people here. It's like dead today. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. But it's a relief too. The first card that came out for him, Myra, is the Tower. So I feel as though, again, your divine masculine is going through a deep transformation right now. And again, Wes is starting to actually see how his fear of not being enough caused him to really, like put those walls around his heart. And for the longest time, he felt safe with those walls in his heart, around his heart, because he wouldn't get hurt. But I feel as though as much as he like try to avoid getting hurt. He wanted love. And now Wes again succumbing to this desire. He is realizing that he needs to tear those walls down in order to really be available to you. And I feel as though this is what Wes is really working on right now. He's realizing that yes, he's done work, but he needs to be present. He needs to be consistent. And this is something that is somewhat out of his comfort zone because he was used to superficial one-sided connections. He didn't have equal reciprocity, and I feel as though he's challenging his beliefs about that right now because he's realizing, okay, with the judgment, again, he's awakening to the connection with you on a deeper level. Again, another awakening is happening right now, and he's starting to actually see what love really is. Like he's been knowing, but he's starting to actually like embody the fact that love is not painful, that love is not hurtful. It is kind. It is persevering. It is rooted with trust, compromise. Again, he's starting to actually see that many of his connections were toxic. And I feel as though this is what he's really working on. Again, working on being enough for a healthy love. And I do see again this awakening is really going to show him what limited beliefs that he needs to work on through next. With the hang on, the I'm saying that this is the Page of Wands. Again, he is really working on his um he's working on his root chakra right now. He's doing a lot of root work. This is which is making him be a lot more present in his body. And this has really caused him to really like acknowledge his PTSD. And the more he works through his PTSD, the more he sees that he needs to regulate himself. So Wes is going to be focusing on nervous regulation for the next 6 months. He's going to really like again break out of that thinking that he's in survival mode and really shift into a more love based energy. And so, what I'm seeing though, for how he feels about you, like, I know this is like this one card. Again, he's missing you very much right now. It's a miracle that he hasn't reached out yet. Again, that desire to reach you. That desire to contact you is so strong right now. And I feel as though, again, he just can't hold back his feelings anymore. I do see again, you're going to be getting a lot of dreams from him. He's going to be speaking to you like from the heart. And you're going to be thinking, is this true? Yes, it is true. You can trust what you're actually getting because, again, it's Wes without the ego. It's Wes without the fear. He's really, again, communicating to you what he, um, what he really feels. Like, he's not going to put on a mask in these dreams. He's going to really, like, be straight with you. So, yeah, that's what I get for you, Myra. Okay, so does anybody else want a reading? Yes, alright. Okay, Yasha Swanee. Okay. How does Yasha Swanee's divine masculine feel about them? Yeah. How does Yasha Swanee's twin flame feel about okay, so Yashawani. How does Yashawani's twin flame feel about? Okay. If you want you want me to look into their intentions too. I'm gonna do how they feel about you. But if you guys want me to look into their intentions as well, then you can send a donation. I will I will pull on that too. So, yeah, you're mirroring very heavily right now. But it's very interesting that came up. Okay, so this is what I get for you, Yashawani. The first card I'm getting is the Four of Swords. So your person has gone within right now. Your person has really like again, I'm gonna say gone within, sorry. They've gone within, yes, but I feel as though they're really focused on again balancing their anima and their animus right now. So it's really come apparent to them um that they need to really work on being in their authentic self. And one thing that your person does, they are a people pleaser, huge people pleaser, and they constantly betray themselves in order to again get people to like them. But I feel as though your person is again putting it into that cycle right now. Your person is um realizing what they need to actually like let go of. They're letting go of that need to look outside of themselves for validation and approval. And this is really bringing them inner peace. And your person is really thinking about the connection with you right now. Again, your person wants to actually give you like again an offer, but they understand that they need to actually work on their fears and insecurities around being authentic first. So again, they're really focused on clearing those particular blockages, and the more they clear those particular blockages with the six of wands, your person is again letting go of that fear and insecurity around not being enough for you. So your person's really focused on the self-image blocks right now, really clearing a lot of fears around what people might think, around not being seen and heard. Your person is realizing that they performed for love, that they had to be a certain way in order to receive love. And when they met you, you contradicted that. And for the longest time, your person was like saying, "Wow, a love like that, if it's perfect, if it's easy, if it's effortless, then it's not real." But your person is now calling BS and not thinking, because again, your person's had a realization about love. And that's because love is supposed to be a safe space. It's supposed to be a place of understanding, trust, and respect. And your person has never felt that in other relationships. They were, I guess, cynical about love until you came into their life and revolutionized that. And now your person's like saying, "Well, I want to believe in love again." So your person is really working on tearing around the 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 walls around their heart space. And the more they tear down the walls around their heart space, the more they see just how much fear and insecurity drove them. And I'm seeing with the sun, your divine masculine is really thinking about you very heavily right now, Yashawani. Again, you're their happy place. You're the one person they've always felt safe with. You're the one person you've who's accepted them and loved them for who they are. And your person wishes that now that they know, like, how important this connection is, now that they know just how irreplaceable they are, they wish they would have treated you a lot better. And I feel as though your divine masculine is really looking at the connection with you, like saying, "I have to make it right." Again, your person is shifting into that state of action. Your person is letting go of those fears and insecurities that tell them that you're not going to take them back. That tell them that again, they are just playing the long odds. Your person is going to be overcoming these fears around communication over the next month or so, and this is really going to push them out of their headspace and into their heart. So what I'm seeing with the Six of Swords is that again, this is you guys are going to be moving forward together. I feel as though you guys are going to be clearing a lot of blockages around communication over the next 2 months. And I feel as though you will hear from your person in early 2026. I just don't see when. But again, they are going to break the silence, and they're going to really tell you what exactly they've been going through, how they feel. Again, they're going to be really honest with you about what they've learned during this separation. And I feel as though, again, they're going to be really working on being vulnerable and being present with you. So yeah, that's what I get for you, Yashiwani. Um. Okay, Wendy, are you still here? Hey, yeah. Um, yes. Yes, you're mirroring very heavily right now. Does anybody else want a reading? Is there anybody else? Yes. Okay, so there's Wendy, yes, but I'm look. Yes, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm guessing Wendy is the last one I'm going to be taking, but yeah. Okay, so yeah. Okay, Wendy, how does Jorge feel about you? How does Jorge feel about you? How does Jorge feel about you? How does Jorge feel about? Oh, Cora Cat. Who is? I mean, who? Okay, who's Cora Cat? Remind me. I just remind me. Oh. Okay, it looks like I'll do Cora Cat, but I just had. Again, you run out of mods. Again, I don't remember. I mean, did you change your name again? I just asking. Yeah. Oh yeah, Bridget. Oh, I see. Yeah. Thanks. Yes, I'll get out. I'll get to you after you. Hey, it's hi. Looks like there's more people coming. Okay, guys, if you're coming in, I'm gonna be pulling for Wendy, but I'm gonna be telling the newcomers that I'm gonna be looking to how your divine masculine feels about you, and if you want me to look into their attentions towards you, you can actually do a donation for that. But other than that, I'm just gonna be going into how the divine masculine feels about you. So my payment information is linked into below. Right. It's okay. It's okay. So, okay, you're next, Bridget, after Wendy. Hang on. How does Jorge feel about Wendy? So, if you do send payment, let me know because my phone is on silent in order to, like, again, Okay, so this is like your very good energy. So I feel as though with the Nine of Pentacles, Wendy, you're no longer focusing on him like you once did. I feel as though you built yourself up with self-love, and I feel as though Jorge is noticing that. He feels like you are in a place of, like in a very good place right now, and he can't help but be enamored by it. It's really, again, making him reflect on the days where you were just so fierce, so strong, and he used to admire, like, no, he still does admire that quiet inner strength that you've had. And I feel as though this is making Jorge feel really protective of you right now, because he's in so much awe of how you've grown so much, and he can't help but be proud of that. And I feel as though, again, even though he does struggle with guilt and shame, he realizes that he's still in love with you. And again, he's never stopped loving you. But what I'm seeing with the Hanged Man in reverse, Jorge is realizing that he can't just make a move on you just yet. He needs to deal with his family and his girlfriend. And I feel as though this is what he's going to really be working on. So he's going to be working on those fears and insecurities around trusting his heart, because he's starting to realize that he doesn't trust his heart because his mom was pulling the strings. He let his mom's voice actually do the thinking for him, but now Jorge is challenging that thinking. He's realizing now that he can't be like a puppet of his mother's. He needs to really stand in his power. And I feel as though Jorge realizes until he does that, he cannot again allow himself to lower you down to his frequency. He loves you way too much to do that to you. So again, he's realizing that again, this is an invitation to step up in his power. And with the Six of Swords, again, he's really focusing on the connection with you right now. He's really, again, he's missing you in general. He's missing everything about you. And it has nothing to do with thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. He's realizing that he was again, convincing himself that he I guess you can say he was convincing himself that he messed things up and he couldn't fix them. But I feel as though again he's always wanted to fix things, but he's always again repressed that desire. But with you standing in your power, Wendy, he no longer feels that way. He realizes that he does want to act on it, but he's realizing that there's a lot of blockages around, And I'm seeing with the Knight of Cups, I feel as though he's going to making an effort to be more vulnerable and emotional with you. So sacred conversation is going to really have him in his heart space, and I feel as though you're going to notice. He's not going to say outright that he loves you, but he's going to really be again attentive to you in a way that he hasn't been in a long time. And this is because he is again admiring your power. And again, he does not want to disrupt your inner work. He is seeing you really rise to the challenge. And again, he's your biggest fan. He's really in awe of you. Oh my god, it's so pretty. All right. Okay, so again, I'm back. Right. Bridget. Are you still there? Right. Okay. Okay, I promised Bridget for a sigh. So, okay, you're next side, but I'm going to be doing Bridget. I'm just waiting. Bridget, you still there? Yes. Okay. How does Joel feel about you? How does Joel feel about you? I'm just seeing him in a I'm seeing him in an air balloon. I mean a hot air balloon. I've seen him in a hot air balloon, and again he's just again he has his megaphone right there, and he's like, says, step, step out of the way, folks. The Joelsters in the house. All right, how does Joel feel about Bridget? That's the first time in a while I've not. Oh, yeah, no, no. Let's hear it. Actually, this is very good energy. I think you'll be very pleased with this, Bridget. With the okay. Hey, what's up, Esme? I was wondering where you are. I magnetized you. Okay, so with the the King of Wands, I feel as though Joel is really stepping into his power right now, Bridget. And I feel as though he's no longer, again, being that people pleaser or that yes man that always went along with what everybody wanted. He is really stepping into his divinity. And I feel as though that's because you are in your divinity right now. And so Joel is realizing that in the past, he was afraid to step into his power because that would mean that he would have to stop playing victim. But I feel as though Joel is really working on healing his victim consciousness right now. He's really working on healing his self-limiting beliefs about the divine and the self-limiting beliefs about love. He is recognizing that in order to be what you need, he needs to be teachable. And so Joel is realizing that he needs to really work on being receptive. So he is really working on being on his fear of not being enough. And this is again no longer causing his constructive feedback be internalized as him not being enough. So with the I'm seeing the strength card. He is feeling you really standing in your power. He is feeling you really standing in his in your divinity, and he can't help but be enamored by you. He has been watching your social media a lot, and I do see again that he has been really toying with the idea of contacting you. And the thing is, he was like thinking maybe it's been too long. He's like saying maybe I've missed my chance. But I feel as though Joel is paranoid that you may have someone else. Again, he doesn't like the fact that I guess he doesn't like the fact that you being with someone else does trigger him. Not even in thinking of it, like even if it's this is what he's really working on. He's realizing that in order to be what you need, he needs to actually let go of those fears and insecurities that he has around again being in okay, so around being in his truth and around again being in his divinity. So what I'm seeing with the Three of Swords, his karmic situation is about to end. Again, I feel as though he has no inclination to really stay in that situation anymore, and he's really focused on breaking out of it. And he's starting to realize that he ran to that situation because he didn't want to do deep inner work around not being enough. Again, like you triggered him by going with someone else, and I feel as though again, in order to like prop up his ego, he went with someone else in order to hide the hurt. But he's realizing the damage that he's done to himself by staying in a toxic situation. And I feel as though again, he is no longer again like avoiding what that inner work. He is facing himself now. And so with the judgment, I feel as I'm hearing soon this situation's going to end, and I feel as though again that as he continues to evolve and grow in his power, he's going to be letting go of those fears and insecurities that he has around contacting you. I feel as though you will hear from him after the holidays, but again, I'm hearing early in the year. I just don't see when. But again, I feel as though this is something that's confirming, you know? So, yeah, that's what I get for you, Bridget. Maybe it was in alignment with what you want. And so, hi, are you still here? Okay, so okay, so Esme, are you still here? So for people that are coming in, I am doing how your divine masculine feels about you. If you want a more extensive, like, offering the additional question, what your divine masculine's intentions are. So, if you want to send money for that, I can read into that as an extra. So, but I'm gonna be doing Sahai. So, okay, so Sahai, how does Davion feel about you? How does Davion feel about you? How does Davion feel about you? You've really shifted, Bridget, by the way. I mean, okay, so damn, I think this is exactly what I told you was gonna happen, Sahai. Yeah, but the Three of Swords, he is facing his inner teenager trauma right now. So it's really occurred to Davion that he was afraid of getting hurt before because again, he felt like you put him in a position, even though this was his trauma talking, that told him that he was going to lose you, that he was going to, again, experience you slipping out of his fingers. And again, when he acted on his ego, he did so in order to protect himself. But he's now starting to see that there's no need to protect himself for anything because there's no danger. It's his nervous system acting up and telling him that he is in unsafe territory. But if it was so, Davion has gone within, and he is going within and really caused him to actually let go of he's letting go of that story that it's unsafe. He's realizing that he needs to go within. So you may not be feeling Davian as strongly, and that's why, because again, he's really yeah, but the King of Wands, again, he feels like you taught him so much about love. You taught him so much about his own inner strength, and he loves you for that. And one thing that he's really focused on is again being a divine masculine that you can be proud of so high. And one thing he's really working on is really being teachable, allowing himself to actually experience constructive criticism and feedback without internalizing that he is not enough. So he's realizing that that has caused friction between you guys, and he no longer wants to do that. So Davion has gone within in order to heal both inner child and inner teenager. And I feel also he's getting through with some with he's getting through like he's really having breakthroughs, so to say. So with the um page of wands, I feel as though your divine masculine at the moment is really, again, mad with desire with you. Again, he sees you standing in your power and he can't help but be enamored by you. So I feel as though, again, that he's been stalking your social media obsessively, I feel. And I do think it's because, like, he's seen recent pictures of you and sees you really in your divinity. He may have actually saved the picture I'm seeing. But again, he can't help but just feel so turned on by you. And again, he is really thinking about the last time you guys have, like, joined, I guess you can say. And again, it's really on his mind. It's like saying, like, he's realizing that he wants to, again, like, join with you in a way that's, like, Bill flips you up. He was doing it for his pleasure, but again, he's starting to see now that being in his head, so being in his head caused them to really, again, avoid intimacy. But I feel as though he is, again, acknowledging that he wants to heal that. So again, he's going to be working on his relationship trauma over the next 3 to 6 months. And what I'm seeing with the High Priestess is that he feels like you know everything. Like, he knows how intuitive you are. Like, he regards your intuition as one of the best. Although he like, again, he does value your insight. And one thing that he's really working on is that fear of, again, he's working on those fears that he has around trusting, around loving. And the more he works on that, the more Davion actually sees how, again, he was avoiding he was avoiding, like, having a deeper connection with you. So I feel so that he's going to be working on that. So now I'm going to be looking into what his intentions are for you. So what are Davion's intentions towards Sahai? What are Davion's intentions towards Sahai? What are Davion's intentions towards Sahai? I saw that. What are Davion's intentions towards Sahai? What are Davion's intentions towards Sahai? Alright, hang on just a second. So, yeah. So, I am now pulling for, so, okay. So, this is what I get for, hang on just a second. Alright. Okay, so this is what I get. So the first card I'm getting would be the Three of Pentacles. So Philosopher, again, he is going to be working with you. He is going to be working with, again, he's going to be more teachable with you. So I feel as though Davion's no longer going to be like allowing his triggers to get the best of him. He's going to be pausing and reflecting a lot more. And this is because he doesn't want any strife between you. He wants you guys to be a united unit. And I feel as though, again, he's going to really be working with you. And you're going to see him really overcome his ego for you. Again, he's overcoming it in a way that he hasn't before. He is no longer subscribing to the fear-based thinking that tells him that you and him aren't going to really work out. Again, he's calling BS on his own thinking right now. So with the okay, hang on. I'm seeing that this is Chariot. With the Chariot, I feel as though Davion will reach out to you. I'm surprised he hasn't already, because again, I feel as though he will reach out to you before you'll. Again, he's going to really be bringing in communication. Again, like I said, he's going to be making more effort than he ever has. He's going to really be more consistent than he ever has. And I feel as though you're going to be like, is this the same man? He's really done a lot of healing on his inner child and his inner teenager. And the more he heals his inner child and his inner teenager, the more he, again, sees where he was avoiding, like, he was avoiding himself, where he was avoiding intimacy, where he was avoiding connection. And Davian's like saying, I've done all that. I don't want to actually engage in that fear-based thinking anymore. So what I'm seeing with the Knight of, yeah, I feel as though he will reach out to you. Again, he is coming in quick towards you. And again, he's going to really be vocal about the changes that he's experienced over these past couple weeks. He's going to be really honest about, again, about his feelings for you. I feel as though he's going to be opening up to you on that level. He's going to really, again, it's like Davian's going to say, I love you without saying I love you. But it's just good ass. And I feel as though he will say I love you. Not that, I'm hearing not that long. I'm like, I feel as though, again, it's leading up to that. And what I'm seeing with the Queen of Pentacles is that, again, he is really focused on being able to provide for you. Again, he sees you actually doing really good with your finances. And again, he's like saying, I know she could take care of herself, but I want her to know that she can count on me too, that she doesn't have to do it all alone. So I feel so this is what he's really working on. He's really working on being more of the giver, to really work on, again, watering you in the way you water him. Because again, he's noticed that it's been kind of like lopsided between you. But again, he wants to make up for that. He wants to, again, bring balance to this connection and move it forward. So yeah, that's what I get. So, Esme, you're still here? Is anybody else here? Sorry, guys. That will be my nephew acting bad right now. So, okay, so I love that. That's right. Yes, he is doing the work, and that's much to be proud of. So, hey, what's up? Hey, Anupam. Hey, what's up? So you're welcome. So, you're right. So Esme came in. So I'm gonna be doing Esme. So okay. So Anupam, Esme, if you want to look, I'm gonna be doing how he feels about you. If you want to look into what their intentions are, you can send the money. But if you do send the money, please tell me in the chat, because my stuff is on silent, so I'm not gonna notice. So I'm doing really good. So yes. Okay, so how does Ricardo feel about Esme? How does Ricardo feel about Esme? How does Ricardo feeling about Esme? Yeah. Actually the attentions is a donation base, yes, but the how he feels about you is free. So yeah. So okay, let me actually do it. Okay, so this is what I get for Ricardo. With the Seven of Pentacles, Ricardo is really focused on you right now. He's really focused on, again, showing up for you in the way that you deserve. He's been doing a lot of work around the father wound, and the more he works on his father wound, the more he sees that he derived his identity from a toxic masculine template. And I feel so Ricardo no longer wants to actually okay. All right, let me know when you do want let me know when you're finished sending the payment. I'm still reading. Right, so okay, Ricardo's really working on transmuting the fears and insecurities that he has around being consistent, around being vulnerable. And the more he works on that, the more he realizes that you didn't need him to be like 100% um financially stable. You just needed him to be authentic and raw. So he was making material wealth matter more over emotional and spiritual connection. And he's like saying, well, I want to make up for that. So Ricardo's really working on his inner child right now. And the more he works on his inner child, the more he sees that he was programmed to really be afraid of opening up. So with the Knight of Chalices, again, he is deep in his feelings for you right now. Again, I feel as though he will reach out. I'm hearing not that long. So I feel as though, again, he's been really like missing you very much. I feel as though sometimes he looks at pictures of you. I don't know if you guys ever took pictures together, but again, I feel as though he looks back at that, and I feel as though he really like when he misses you, he pulls up that photo and he just ends up like thinking to yourself, I wish I was talking to Ansel. I wish you were here. Again, he does that a lot. But I feel as though the reason why he does this is, again, so he can connect with you. So again, like I said, I don't think that he is going to stay away from you for much longer. So what I'm seeing with the the Queen of Wands, is that he sees you standing in your power. Like again, you're in your heart space. You're not again like in a Queen of Swords energy. You're really in a state of empowerment where you're just oozing self love, where you're in a heart space. And again, he is fantasizing about you so hard. Like again, he feels that you are very focused on yourself, that you're really focused on on being the best version of yourself. And he wants to again match that momentum. So I feel as though he's going to be working on his self-sabotaging even more. Like he's going to really be breaking out of a lot of self-sabotaging cycles. And this is because you have. And again, he's no longer going to actually hide behind those walls. Again, Ricardo has realized this now is time to take down those walls and to really allow himself to really be in his heart space and to allow himself to experience that closeness and intimacy that he wants with you, because that's always ever wanted. But he's always overthought about whether he was enough for you. But again, I feel as though Ricardo's saying BS to that. So what I'm saying, like, again, he's no longer thinking that no, I'm not enough. He's realizing I am enough. I just need to again like kill that thinking that tells me that I'm not. So what I'm seeing with the Page of Swords, like I said, I feel as though he's going to contact you. Again, it's written all over the spread. Like it's you can't get much clearer than that. Again, I feel as though he's going to be communicating through you for dreams. There are going to be some dreams you remember and others that you don't. But I feel as though he's going to really be telling you about the work he's doing, that what he really feels about you, and what he intends to move this connection forward. And you're going to be like thinking it's so real. And again, it is, because he's communicating to you through your sleep. It's where the ego is no longer filtering through. It's where the soul your soul and his soul can really communicate and tell each other the truth in a way. So yeah, that's what I get. So hang on, I'm gonna be doing all right, I'm gonna be doing okay, so Anna Palma, I'm gonna be doing what are Ricardo's intentions towards you, Esme. And I feel like he's going to contact you. Like I feel that so strongly. What are Ricardo's attentions? What are Ricardo's attentions toward Esme? What are Ricardo's attentions toward Esme? What are Ricardo's attentions toward Esme? Okay, I just saw that. So again, Anupam, let me know when you. Okay, so this. Okay, the King of Wands came up. So Ricardo is working on a plan of action. So what he actually has in mind is that he's going to repair the connection, and I feel as though he's going to be working on being emotionally present. So one thing he's really working on is really being okay with, constructive criticism, and really working on being teachable. Again, this is coming through for Divine Masculines real strongly, because again, they legitimately want to work things out with the Divine Feminine. And I feel as though one thing that Ricardo is really working on is allowing himself to really bask in a love between you, because again, he was afraid to trust in love in the past because he got burned. But I feel as though Ricardo's realizing that that's not an excuse to close off his heart. So he's been working on his heart space a lot, and I feel as though he's dropped down into his heart space up even more than, and I think the healings we've done had really actually opened his eyes about some self-sabotaging tendencies that prevent him from really having connection. So what I'm seeing with the Hanged Man in reverse, I feel as though what he's really focused on is dismantling the stories that he has around not being able to show up. Another one is that love hurts and love is sacrifice. So he's really working on those particular that particular thinking. He's really working on dismantling the programming that tells him that he's not going to be chosen, that he's not going to be prioritized, because he's realizing that the inner teenager is bleeding through. Ricardo has returned to inner teenager, and I feel like he's going to be working for inner teenager until New Year's. He's really going to be making a lot of breakthroughs. So what I'm seeing with the Six of Wands, again, he is watching you from afar. I really feel like he is waiting for that right moment, but I feel as though it's going to come to him. He's going to be presented with the opportunity to make a leap of faith towards you. And once he makes that leap of faith towards you, I feel as though, again, there will be an open and honest conversation. I feel as though Ricardo's going to really be opening up about his journey. He's going to be really opening up about his feelings for you. Again, I feel as though he's going to say I love you without really saying I love you. And I feel as though this is really going to transform the connection. It's really going to bring you guys closer together. So with the Hermit, I feel as though he is he wants to reach out now, but he recognizes that he still needs to work on his self-sabotaging beliefs. So I feel as though it is likely that he'll reach out to you after the new year. I feel as though shortly after. And I feel as though he's really working on dismantling that thinking that it's not going to be in his favor. So again, he's gone within, and I feel as though that's why you're not feeling as powerfully, because he's doing serious inner work right now. He's really reprogramming his subconscious mind on a deep level. And like I said, he's going to be reaching out to you in dreams. He's going to be communicating to you the breakthroughs he's had. And I feel as though that will be your confirmation. And another thing I'm hearing is 555-777-333. I'm seeing lilies, daisies, and roses. You can take that as your confirmation, Esme, that Ricardo is making these big breakthroughs, and that he's really healing at that deep level. So, okay. Yeah. Yes, again, he's real. Yeah, because Ricardo used to actually, in the past, Ricardo used to be very impulsive. He used to, just act before he thinks, but I feel as though now he's seeing differently. He's seeing now that he needs to actually bring in consistency, and he needs to keep that consistency. And he doesn't want to cause you any more pain, because he's realized the pain that he's put you through by not by self-sabotaging. He's say, I don't want to do that cycle anymore. So yes, I don't know. Yes, I feel as though he will reach out for you sometime after the new year. Not that long after, I'm hearing. So, okay, Anupam. So, how does Sid feel about you? How does Sid feel about Anupam? How does Sid feel about Anupam? How does Sid feel about Anupam? Okay, so with the Four of Cups, I feel as though he has been going through a dark night of his soul lately. And I feel as though one thing he's really focused on is those one of the things that he's really focused on is dismantling this stuck emotion that is hiding some really deep pain. And so he has gone within at the moment. So he's really reflecting on the connection with you, Anupam, and I feel as though the more he looks at the connection with you, the more he actually sees that in many ways he wasn't like really opening up to you, that he wasn't really being vulnerable, and he is seeing that that does need to change. So he's been working on his numbness, so to say. He's been working on his depression, and the more he works through that, the more he ends up allowing himself to feel. So he's having some breakthroughs when it comes to his heart space. So one thing that he's really focused on is inner teenager, because he's realized that when he was a teenager, that his false beliefs about love formed around this time. And he is seeing that in order to really like have that closeness and connection with you, he needs to let go of those limited beliefs that tell him that love's not going to work out, that he's not going to be chosen, that he's not going to be prioritized. And that's what he's really working on right now. And the more he works on this, the more he sees what he's tolerated in the name of duty and obligation. And this is making him look at his karmic situation a lot differently. With the Nine of Wands, is that he is really turned on by you right now. Like, again, he is admiring you from afar. And I feel as though he has felt the growth and expansion that you've undergone the last couple of weeks. And he feels like you're in that state of evolution. And again, he's so much admiring you right now. And like I said, he wants to come in. He does want to come in. But I feel as though he realizes that he does need to bring consistency, because he's realizing that in the past he was impulsive, that he acted on a desire without a plan. And I feel as though now he's realizing that he needs to come in with a plan in order to lead this connection, that he needs to actually come in with direction and clarity, and not like desire and like a in and out. So this is what he's really working on right now. So with the six of swords, again, I feel as though you and him are really undergoing some deep healing. There's going to be a new beginning in this connection, and I feel as though he will reach out to you. I feel as though it's in his energy to contact you. And I do see as he gets closer to contact you, Anupam, you're going to see 555, 111, 717, and 999. And also, I'm seeing raccoons, I'm seeing pigeons, and also polar bears. Again, these are your signs that, again, he is making movement. So I feel as though he will be reaching out to you. I feel as though, like, I'm hearing soon, but I'm not seeing when exactly that is. So Divine's definition of soon is different from our version of soon. So, okay, so now I'm going to be doing, what are Sid's intentions towards you? What are Sid's intentions towards you? What are Sid's intentions towards you? What are Sid's intentions towards Anupam? Yeah. Yes, he is very impulsive, the regrets coming in, because he knows he needs to work on himself and self-sabotage. Yes. I think if Ricardo was just honest about that, like, again, I'm with you, Ed. I do not agree that he comes to self-sabotage. If he realizes, like, he could say, hey, we need separation, like, I need to work on myself more, I'm being triggered. Like, again, if he could communicate, I think that's would be preferable. Okay, so, but these divine masculines, they're just, like, I made it in my study to actually, like, okay, so here's what I get for Sid. So Sid is doing some deep thinking about what he intends to come in. Like, he's really, like, again, focused on coming in, but he's realizing that he needs a plan, because before he acted on desire, he was impulsive. But Sid is realizing that, again, he does want to move this connection in a direction that is it needs to go in. So I feel as though he's really working on his self-limiting beliefs about love. He's really again addressing his karmic situation, and he realizes that he does need to actually lead a situation, but he's realizing that his childhood trauma actually prevents him from doing so. So again, he's gone within. He's gone within in order to address both the situation with you and his karmic situation. He's no longer turning a blind eye toward the toxicity and the superficiality of the his karmic situation. He's realizing that he does need to choose himself. So I feel as though with the world card is that he's going to put it into that cycle where he's in and out. I feel as though he's going to be really working on his father wound to a very large degree. And I feel as though the more he works on his father wound, the more he ends up letting go of that narrative that he has that he's going to get hurt, that he's not going to, again, like really connect, like have you choose him. So if also again, he's really working on that. The more he works on that, the more he sees that again, he just needs to show up, that he just needs to be consistent. And again, he's really working on his limited beliefs at the moment. So with the hang on, with the Fool, again, I feel as though he's preparing himself to make to for that in the beginning. Like I said, he's really making movement towards you right now, and he'll continue to make movement. And I do see again that what he's really doing is again preparing himself. Again, he is really looking at you like very much right now. Like he's feeling you leading this connection, really focused on yourself. You're no longer focused on wanting to be with him again. You're really focused on again doing you. And again, this is drawing him in because again, you are in a place of empowerment. You are in a place of unconditional love, and he feels that pull towards you. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't acted on it, but I feel as though with the Nine of Pentacles, I feel as though again he is going to be coming in, and I feel as though he's going to try to take things slow with you. Like he's going to really again try to feel how receptive you are. When he realizes you are receptive, I feel as though again he's going to be really dedicated to really building the trust and the momentum needed in order to push this situation forward. So yeah, that's what I get for you, Anupam. So let me see, did I get everyone? So yeah, so this stream. Okay, yeah. So it just concludes this. So I'm just waiting for Anupam's input before I end the stream. So yeah. Yes. All right. I'm glad. So I'm guessing that that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you another time. Namaste.